Quick recruiting news before we get to the game. Reclassification came out, or re-rankings came out, I should say, and OU is now the third-ranked class in the country as it stands right now. That is not including any future recruits or guys possibly switching, whatever it is. We had a Hayes Fawcett tweet earlier in the week talking about flip miss that Colton Vasek liked. That freaked me out for a hot second, and then I felt like I was overthinking it. You guys kind of talked me off a ledge a little bit there, but third-ranked recruiting class as it stands right now. That's why I think this game is so important to win. You got to stop the bleeding to show the recruits that, look, it's going to be okay. I promise.
Yeah. I wonder, my only thought on this is, and I'm not a football player and I'm not a recruiter or anything, but I think there's got to be part of these people that are looking at this team and saying like, oh, this is an opportunity. I can start immediately when I come in next year. Or
there's a lot of guys who do think that way. Yeah.
We're so bad right now. I mean, like if I was Jackson Arnold, I would be like, this is mine. If I want it, if I play good enough.
Yeah. You don't think Jeff Levy made a call to Jackson Arnold being like, you see what we're dealing with? Yeah. You're next. Like you're up next.
Obviously I want to win the rest of our games, but I'm curious on how much that thinking is going into this. And I'm so curious around behind the scenes. How do coaches handle this when they're in this kind of adversity? How do they talk to the recruits? What do they say? Like all of that stuff is so fascinating to me.
Matt,
I think they show him the tweet that Mason read off in the post game about the depleted recruiting classes, and they say, "Hey, there are spots on the team. Come play ball for me."
Yeah.
Sorry, Matt,
go ahead.
In there.
No, you're good, Mark. It was a good input there. I'll just say I think BV and the staff they've got a top 5 recruiting class even before this season started. And I think what the staff does is they're always in constant communication with these players like Petaway, like Anthony Evans, like Colton Vasket, and let these guys know up front, hey, this is what we're building for. We're not just looking at this team. And I'm sure, like Tyson said, it's got to be a tough conversation. I don't think BV saw this season going this bad, but I think being in constant communication, I mean, I remember reading some quotes from Petaway and from those guys. All they kept talking about was how involved and how much communication they had with not just their position coach, but all of the coaches, which I think is vitally important. And when these guys commit, BV has said multiple times, we're planning on having them on the roster. They're going to be here playing for the University of Oklahoma. So I really don't have a lot of concerns about guys flipping or whatever that might be. I have full faith in this staff. This is a good transition year, rebuilding the program, get the guys that they're recruiting in. All will be good. Just got to be patient.
My main thing is we have got to hit the transfer portal hard. These juniors and sophomores going to their senior and junior year, I don't think have the talent to carry this team next year. And we have got to add more experienced guys to come in. And so transfer portal is going to be critical because the freshmen coming in may be great, but they don't have the experience to get an awesome season out of this. So transfer portal for me is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Bro, that's so interesting to think about.
Yeah.
Like who's going to be starting in critical positions once seniors age out? Like we're losing both starting corners, right?
Mm-hmm.
David Iguebu, Sean White. Maybe it's not all bad, but
yeah,
it's a lot to refresh year over year. And I think Pat makes a good point.
And that's what they're trying to avoid.
Kiddos.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to avoid. They've said it multiple times. They don't want high turnover. They want guys to be in the program for a while. And your starters should be juniors and seniors essentially.